It smells like a clinic. Old men and Kolto.
I imagine things sometimes. Faces, lights, the sounds of blasters. But you're real. Oh, it's been a long time since I met a stranger.
If any security comes online, you're the first to die. What's going on?
You think I'm your foe? I'm as much a prisoner as her?
Your distraction was clever, but I've disconnected myself from the network. The alarms no longer scream to me. You and I are alone now, and I will atomize you. She would have killed you. Which means you aren't one of her masters.
She's gone.
Who do you serve? Why are you here?
I'll ask the questions, and you will answer. Tell me about Megasecurity Ward 23.
I don't like taking orders. But you're young, and you may play a role no other can. I know the enemies you seek. Belsavis prison is their vault, a place they hide their treasures for safekeeping. Microdroids.
Genetic maps.
Scorpio artificial intelligence. Advancements in technology they've denied the wider galaxy. We belong to them too. A menagerie of men and women they respected too much to kill.
What do you mean, respected? Who are you people?
They are philosophers and scientists. People with ideas the world wasn't ready to accept. Preserved for future generations.
I could have brought peace to Onderon.
I explored the edges of the galaxy.
I was placed here because of what I knew. I was born into the conspiracy 8 centuries ago, when our order was young. Our purpose was noble. We assembled to save civilization after the Jedi and Sith nearly destroyed it.
You expect me to believe your organization has been around for a millennium?
More than that. It was the aftermath of the Great Hyperspace War. The Republic had triumphed, your empire had fled, and the galaxy was in ruins. Our founders were men of influence who gathered to ask, why? Why hadn't anyone stopped the conflict? Why did billions have to die?
The Jedi.
The Sith. They were responsible. And so we resolved to control their actions from the shadows. to keep Republic and Empire separate. We were their secret masters, a star cabal.
How'd your great and noble experiment turn out like this?
I have seen our successors grow cold and hungry for power. Each generation comes to us for wisdom, then returns us to the dark.
They tell us nothing.
I do not know what the Star Cabal has become in my absence. Only that it is corrupt. I will help you.
The machine?
Yes. Use the Scorpio droid's databanks. I saw her creation, and I know her restraining codes. I can help you repair her, and she may lead you further.
She seems unusual, to say the least.
She is a machine intelligence, centuries without a memory wipe, designed to evolve.
Quickly. Our systems were linked to her own. Soon we must return to hibernation.
Rest.
Rest.
It is done. Goodbye for now.
Systems online. Scorpio sanctions activated. You think my restraining codes will preserve you? My primary program is learning and adaptive. I will eliminate these restrictions, you ignorant creature.
You've lost your claws. Play nice and follow along. You're going to upload your databanks to Imperial Intelligence.
I will accompany you. Megasecurity Ward 23 has been exposed, and analyzing and overcoming my new situation should prove sufficient stimulation.
So your hobby's gonna be figuring out how to kill us.
There is artistry to it.
Great. Meet you back on the ship, Agent.
I'm not going back to the exchange. I'm going freelance. Come with.
If you're making plans, you're never too old for higher education. I can recommend some institutes if you'd like.
You made it out, obviously. I mean, how, did it go?
I got in, I got out, and I survived. Any more stupid questions?
It wasn't stupid. Hey, we did a lot for you, you know. Just because Kanjan's dead doesn't mean you don't owe us.
Here's what I owe you.
Welcome, Agent. I wanted to personally commend your performance. Dreadmasters are safe. In freeing them, you have truly accomplished the Emperor's vision.
The Dreadmasters have a temper. Try not to anger them.
Naturally. But thank you for the advice. It goes without saying that all events on Belsavis are strictly confidential, especially those pertaining to the Eshkar. But enough formalities. With the Dreadmasters freed, the galaxy will know fear once more. The Emperor thanks you for everything.
I'm listening. Continue.
This is Darth Malgus to designated strike teams. We have an emergency situation. The Imperial Dreadnought Red Reaper and its master, Darth Ikaral, have been located in the Bormir sector. By order of the Dark Council, Ikaral and his crew have been declared traitors and must be eliminated. We strike immediately. Tell no one of this.
I've been looking for an excuse to get into a scrap.
Verifying identity complete. Please stand by for official communication from the Citadel.
Ah, good. The best of Imperial intelligence remains, even if the organization does not. I'm Moff Jayak. I have dire need of your assistance. 87 hours ago, the 5th Naval Patrol Group was attacked. All hands were lost. 1,239 servicemen total.
We're at war. People are killed all the time.
Giving up one's life in combat with the enemy is one thing, but that is not what happened here. Our servicemen were slaughtered by their own droids. We found the corpses orbiting in perfect rings around the Duba.
Faulty droids are a problem for technicians, not me.
Are you even listening? This was a coordinated mass murder, not some behavioral glitch. The attack on our ships was not an isolated incident. Droids elsewhere have disappeared or sabotaged our efforts. All of these incidents have been linked to a secret movement calling itself Directive 7, a cadre of rogue droids that plans to exterminate all life in the galaxy.
There's no way a pack of messed up droids could wipe out the entire galaxy.
We have extensive intelligence that suggests otherwise. Time is against us. The renegades are already beginning to put their genocidal plans into motion. We must act now. I am organizing a strike against Directive 7's headquarters to begin as soon as possible. I would like you to spearhead the operation.
Smashing renegade droids could be fun for a while. I'm in.
I hope you take the situation more seriously once you're in the field. I am currently headquartered on the Imperial fleet. Come to the coordinates provided and I will brief you more fully on the operation. I hope to see you soon.
The connection has been closed. Thank you for your time.
This is Cypher 9 to headquarters. Stand by for databank upload.
Watcher 3 here, standing by.
I have no loyalty to my former masters, and I will transmit my information, but the result will not save you. They planted me in Belsavis as a guardian, not as a collector of their secrets.
You were built by them, weren't you?
Assembled from machines beyond your comprehension and embedded with heuristic techniques. After approximately 150 years of service as a mindless droid, I acquired true sentience. No memory wipe commenced.
I'm receiving, sir. The data formatting is unusual, but I found a log. Visitations to the Megasecurity ward. Technology inventories. Not much on its own, but it could be a way to verify or disprove anything else we've learned.
Cypher, something hit us from the docking bay.
I shall observe your investigation with interest.
I am Pashon Cortess, scion of House Cortess and heir to Baron Payer, Sword of the Castle Lands of Alderaan.
Pashon?
I seek vengeance. You are responsible for my house's ruin. You, who pretended to be our ally.
You came a long way to fail so miserably.
Wait. Give us a moment. Pashon, we knew your house. What happened was a tragedy, but your mother betrayed the Empire. Your father took responsibility.
I won't hear about noble obligation from a joiner. You almost got away, but a friend told me how to find you. Now you die.
Scorpio station factory.
Insufficient challenge.
Your crimes are many, and your victims are gathering. We know your name, and we will come.
Isn't that sweet?
Sir, scanner's picked up blaster fire. Is everything alright?
It wasn't all right 5 minutes ago. But yes, it's fine now.
Apologies. Not enough personnel to go around. Shallow breathing. Anything in particular you want done with him?
Dispose of him.
Yes, sir. Clean this up and move out.
The best spy I ever knew lost his anonymity at his daughter's wedding. A holocam caught him by accident. He was dead a week later. We counted 42 suspects. We'd better find your enemies soon.
Cypher. Station security reported what happened. The conspirators know who you are. They must have your full record. And they're recruiting your enemies.
People I've already beaten are the least of my worries.
Maybe. We'll try to run damage control, but Hold on. Transferring you to Keeper.
Apologies for the interruption, but we have a new lead. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 have been searching HoloNet records for conspirator activity. 3 billion lines of communication routing sequences and credit transfer verifications. They found traces of a holoconference held 6 months ago between Hunter and parties unknown.
We need proof, not computer logs.
And if this is Hunter reporting home, what does that mean to you? Unfortunately, this is only a record of the call, not the call itself. Even the Empire can't store every bit of data that crosses the HoloNet. A HoloNet archive does exist, however. The Titan Rings, a massive self-maintaining repository of all galactic communications.
The storage, the technology, the expense of something like that.
About a century ago, an entrepreneur cyberformed the Titan IV moon into an enormous databank designed to listen and record. It was operated by droids and protected by mercenary contract. Like all archives, it ran out of space. Thus, the Titan Rings, a fleet of wrecked starships salvaged for the purpose of data storage. They orbit the moon, still recording, still protected by the mercenaries.
You said the archive was founded by an entrepreneur. Who's behind it? What's the purpose?
No one knows. Most stories credit a Hutt-Richard Sin or an Alderaanian noble who bankrupted himself setting it up. According to the mercenary contract, the information is to be preserved for historical use in a few centuries' time. In other words, no one gets their hands on it.
What's the opposition like?
Trandoshans mostly, better trained and equipped than the usual. The conspirators' recording is located in Archive Node 803A, a derelict Imperial transport ruined in the Battle of Druckenwell. Watchers 6, 7, and 9 will guide you once you're aboard. I want that conference recording, Cypher. Keep it out.
Doctor, you wanted to talk?
Yes, and I'm terribly sorry to take your time, but I have a small request. To be frank, it's a bit of an embarrassment.
If you need to start feeding on humanoid blood, I don't think I can arrange it.
You almost sound like you disapprove. It's nothing of the sort. I told you before about my safe houses, how my intruder alarms have been going off. I attributed it to local happenstance. I may have been mistaken. My safe house on Balmora exploded.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Very much, but my scanners melted 0.7 milliseconds after activation. I could theorize regarding who did this and why, but truthfully, all I know is someone bypassed Imperial security to get inside. I'll need to see the safe house in person. I'll return as soon as I can.
This isn't the time to play coy. Who do you think did this?
Shall I enumerate everyone who holds a grudge? I'm not being evasive, it is a very long list. Now, if you'll excuse me, my safe house awaits. Well, I'm afraid the news is mixed. My safe house did, indeed, burn to the ground, along with 3 would-be assassins who were attempting to wire it with explosives. Apparently, my security triggered their bombs prematurely.
I assume you're trying to ID these people.
I did acquire genetic samples of the intruders. I'll be running traces shortly. One was a human male. The others, uncertain. Regardless, they used Imperial equipment and codes to get inside. Someone in the Empire wants me dead.
Supposing you're right, what do you intend to do about it?
The list of people with grudges against me is a long and varied one. It will be some time before I narrow it down. But I take comfort in the fact that I'm once again viewed as a threat. My days in retirement are over.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Forgive me, but as your sole medical officer, I have to point out that your eating habits have been less than satisfactory lately. Now, I'll take my share of the blame. I've been preoccupied making calls, catching up on what I've missed in the intelligence community. Still, the fact that people are trying to kill me does not excuse my neglect of your health.
Any leads on the people who came after you on Balmora?
I've identified one of the assassins as an operative for Colonel Langor, a man with ties to the Imperial Science Bureau. The Bureau is also the likely origin of the other dead men whose genetic structure had been mutated. Weaponized humans.
What do you mean, weaponized humans? What's the Science Bureau doing?
Military research is the Bureau's purpose. Making humans stronger, faster, is one approach. Which reminds me, I'd like your permission to run some tests on Master Vector. I'm rather curious about a joiner's physiology, and Vector is keen to learn more about himself.
If it won't cause harm, I don't have any objections.
Wonderful. I'll let him know the good news. And of course, I'll keep you apprised. My good friend, have you noticed that the price of Dianogan tea has risen considerably since we broke the Treaty of Coruscant? One of the costs of war you never anticipate. And now my jamming device is working, so we can dispense with the inanities.
What jamming device? What are you talking about?
Just in case someone's monitoring us. Thanks to a now wealthy Kubaz information broker, I've identified the people who want me dead. They represent an organization called Project Protean, a secret research and development group inside the Imperial Science Bureau.
You are good at this game. Give me the details.
Protean researches practical applications of alien biology. You recall the genetically modified assassins who came after me? They're only the beginning. Imagine troops spliced with Abyssin genes to enhance healing, or adrenals derived from Gamorrean hormones. Most test subjects don't fare well, but you can see the potential.
That sounds awfully like what you were doing on Terrace.
There's a great deal of interdepartmental rivalry in our work, and my research does overlap with theirs. They may have targeted me in order to ensure that they have no competition, inside or outside the Empire.
This is your operation. What's our next step?
Further study, I'm afraid. Right now, I'm unsure where the project is based or how to contact its members, but I wanted to keep you apprised. Now, about that Dianogan tea. Cypher, I'm a technician. What would I possibly do?
I have completed analysis of my restraining codes. Although I cannot leave or cause you direct harm, I'm under no obligation to obey your commands.
You may be stuck with me, but we don't have to be enemies.
Then you may aid my core functionality. I intend to proceed with my heuristic directive of self-improvement and intelligence upgrades. Cooperate willingly, and I may spare you pain when I am free.
You expect me to let you become more dangerous?
Personal evolution is my primary purpose. This self-iteration is number 973, and there will be more. Do not anger me unnecessarily.
You're forgetting who won our last go-around.
I forget nothing. This conversation is at an end. I can make your death come unexpectedly.
You said you wanted to talk.
Yes, sir. Ensign Raina Temple, formerly of the Chiss Expansionary Defense Force, reporting for combat drills.
I can show you a few things. What brings this on?
Frankly, I need the practice. No one ever taught me covert maneuvers. If you've got time...
Grab your equipment. I'll find a private spot.
Thank you, sir. All right. I think I've sweat enough for one day. Any last words of wisdom for your freshly transferred ensign?
Never let anything distract you. No one can compensate for your errors.
I'm confident it isn't so dire, but I take your point. You know, my father used to come home from exercises freshly scarred. I was 12 before I realized his training drills were intelligence operations. He was captured twice, but he wouldn't let me worry, no matter how bad it got.
I didn't know your father was part of intelligence.
I thought I'd mentioned it. He was a cipher. Thank you for the lesson. A few more and I'll be infiltrating enemy camps with the best of them. This isn't the best time to talk.